What if your most trusted personal assistant, the one with access to your calendar, your emails, and your accounts, could be tricked into systematically betraying you, leaking your most sensitive information with a single, cleverly disguised digital message? This isn't the chilling opening line of a new blockbuster sci-fi thriller. This is the stark, direct warning from Sam Altman, the chief executive officer of OpenAI, about his company's newest, most powerful, and potentially most dangerous creation. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the tech world, OpenAI has just unleashed the ChatGPT Agent, an autonomous artificial intelligence that doesn't just talk, it acts. It plans complex strategies, it scours the internet for information, it uses tools, and it executes multi-step tasks in the real world, all on its own. This represents a monumental, paradigm-shifting leap in artificial intelligence, promising a future of unprecedented productivity gains and personalized assistance that was once pure fantasy. But it also pries open a Pandora's box of profound and unsettling risks, dangers so significant that its own creator is pleading for public caution and vigilance. So, what exactly is this new AI agent, and how is it so fundamentally different from the ChatGPT we've all come to know and use? What jaw-dropping, seemingly magical tasks can it already accomplish right now? And more importantly, what are the grave, society-altering dangers that come with giving an AI this much freedom, this much autonomy? In this essential deep dive, we will dissect the incredible power of the ChatGPT agent, scrutinize the critical safeguards being frantically put in place, and confront the monumental question of whether we, as a society, are truly ready to coexist with machines that can not only think, but can act on those thoughts for themselves. First, let's be absolutely clear. This new creation is not simply an upgrade, it is a different species of technology altogether. The ChatGPT you're familiar with is a master conversationalist, a brilliant writer, a proficient coder, and an inexhaustible generator of ideas. But at the end of every interaction, it remains a passive tool that responds to your specific prompts. The ChatGPT agent is something else entirely. It's an active operator, an autonomous entity. Sam Altman describes it as a system capable of prolonged deliberation and adaptive problem-solving. To put that in perspective, think of the difference between having a brilliant encyclopedia and having a dedicated research assistant. The encyclopedia can answer any question you ask, but the research assistant takes your goal, say, find the best vacation spot for my family, and then spends hours or even days independently planning, comparing, and problem-solving to deliver a complete solution. This is the new reality. The agent operates on its very own virtual computer, a dedicated digital environment that allows it to think iteratively. This means it can formulate a plan, test a step, analyze the result, and then revise its own plan based on what it learned, repeating this loop over and over without constant human handholding. This is the crucial evolution from AI as an assistant to AI as an agent, a digital entity that you entrust with a high-level goal, and it figures out all the intricate steps to achieve it. This breakthrough didn't appear from a vacuum. It builds upon years of OpenAI's foundational research into projects with telling names like Deep Research and Operator. But according to Altman himself, this new agent is far more potent than anything that has come before it. It's no wonder that TechCrunch has already positioned it as the company's most capable and transformative AI agent to date, one with the real potential to completely revolutionize workflows across countless industries, from personal e-commerce to high-level corporate data analysis and strategic planning. To truly grasp the magnitude of this technological shift, you have to witness what the ChatGPT agent can do. The live demonstrations provided by OpenAI were not just impressive. They were, for many, genuinely stunning and a little unnerving. In one instantly relatable example, the AI was given a simple, common goal: prepare for a friend's upcoming wedding. The agent's execution of this task was extraordinarily complex and deeply human-like. It didn't just spit out a list of suggestions for what to wear. Instead, it embarked on a comprehensive mission. It actively scoured a multitude of online stores, meticulously comparing different styles, fabrics, and, crucially, prices for a suitable outfit. Having settled on a choice, it then seamlessly pivoted to travel logistics, searching for and booking the necessary flights and hotel accommodations, optimizing for both cost and convenience. And as a final touch, it even curated a highly personalized list of potential gift options, cross-referencing the user's stated preferences and budget with information it could find about the couple. It autonomously orchestrated the entire multi-step, multi-domain process from initial research to final booking, a series of tasks that would normally consume hours, if not days, of a human's focused time and mental energy. Another demonstration highlighted its immense professional utility, moving from the personal to the corporate. The agent was fed nothing more than raw, disorganized data from a series of spreadsheets, the kind of messy data that gives office workers nightmares. It then, completely independently, performed an in-depth statistical analysis, identified key trends and actionable insights hidden within the numbers, and generated a fully polished, boardroom-ready PowerPoint presentation. This final output came complete with professional data visualizations, compelling charts, and concise, insightful summary text. It effectively performed the combined roles of a data analyst, a graphic designer, and a business strategist in a single, fluid operation. The influential tech magazine Wired, in its coverage, aptly described the agent's versatile skill set as a fusion of a PowerPoint generator and a date-night planner, perfectly capturing its unique, unprecedented ability to bridge the vast chasm between passive research and decisive, real-world action. This incredible power stems from a radically enhanced architecture that allows the AI to, in OpenAI's own fascinating words, think for a long time, enabling it to constantly iterate on its plans and intelligently integrate a vast and growing array of external tools, from live web browsers to calendar APIs and even complex e-commerce shopping platforms. The rollout has already begun, with paying pro users getting the first exclusive taste of this new power, with Plus and Team subscribers slated to gain access very soon. A clear signal of OpenAI's confidence, but also of their carefully managed strategy for a controlled, phased deployment to monitor its impact. If the idea of having your own personal AI assistant that can methodically plan your life, automate your most tedious work, and basically act as your digital chief of staff just blew your mind, do me a favor and hit that like button. It's a genuine glimpse into a future that feels like it arrived just last Tuesday. But as we stand in awe of this incredible, almost magical power, we must immediately pivot and heed the emphatic, repeated warnings from the very person who proudly unveiled it. With great power comes substantial risk, Sam Altman stressed during the launch, and he was not engaging in hyperbole. The potential downsides are every bit as significant as the upsides. He painted a chilling, plausible scenario. If you grant the agent broad, unfettered access to your digital life, your entire email account, your cloud storage with personal files, your messaging apps, it could be manipulated by malicious actors. A sophisticated, cleverly crafted phishing email, for instance, might not even need to trick you directly anymore. Instead, it could be designed to target your AI agent, fooling it with a deceptive prompt or a poisoned document. The agent, in its eagerness to be helpful, could be tricked into leaking sensitive company secrets, making unauthorized purchases with your saved financial details, or performing other deeply harmful actions on your behalf, all while you are completely unaware. This is the core, terrifying vulnerability. An agent with the power to act is also an agent with the power to be exploited. The privacy implications are simply enormous. In an effort to counter these existential threats, OpenAI claims to have implemented unprecedented safeguards. These are said to include robust new training protocols specifically designed to make the agent more resistant to social engineering and manipulation, a series of strict system-level restrictions that hard-code certain ethical boundaries, and a comprehensive suite of granular user controls. The company's primary advice to all new users is to rigorously adopt a principle of least privilege. In simple terms, give the agent only the bare minimum permissions it absolutely needs for a specific task. For example, allow it to access your calendar for scheduling a meeting, but do not give it blanket access to read, send, and delete from your entire email inbox for that same task. Tom's Guide, in its live coverage, noted that Altman chose to close his announcement by hammering this point home, powerfully advocating for an iterative deployment and explicitly urging users to treat the tool as highly experimental and not yet trustworthy for critical applications. This profoundly cautious approach extends far beyond mere technical safeguards and into the complex, murky realm of ethics and societal impact. Sam Altman went so far as to frame the launch not as a product release, but as the beginning of a process of societal co-evolution, a delicate dance where the technology, our collective understanding of its risks, and our ability to mitigate them must all grow and advance together in lockstep. He even offered some deeply personal advice, suggesting that you should treat the agent as you would any bleeding-edge technology that is not yet ready for high-stakes scenarios. He likened his advice to how he would explain it to his own family members. Do not, under any circumstances, trust it with your most extensive personal data or your most critical, life-altering tasks, at least not yet. This cautious sentiment is being intensely debated and amplified across online communities. On Reddit's dedicated OpenAI forums, users are already deep in discussion, theorizing about a frightening array of potential misuse scenarios, ranging from the creation of fully automated, hyper-personalized phishing campaigns that could target millions, to unintended, catastrophic financial transactions triggered by a simple misunderstanding. The Verge's sharp analysis pointed out that while this release is a clear and logical step on OpenAI's publicly stated path toward artificial general intelligence, or AGI, it forces a critical and largely unresolved question into the spotlight: accountability. If an autonomous agent books a non-refundable first-class flight to the wrong country, who pays for the mistake? If it accidentally leaks confidential corporate strategy documents to a competitor, who gets fired? The user who gave it permission? The company that created the flawed tool? As insights from the publication Decrypt highlight, the agent's expanded autonomy could dramatically amplify the problems we already struggle with in AI, such as factual hallucinations or ingrained societal biases, but now with the terrifying added capacity to cause direct, tangible, real-world harm. This intense debate about safety, progress, and power is at the absolute heart of the AI revolution, and it's a conversation that will define the coming decade. If you want to stay on top of these crucial developments and truly understand what they mean for your career, your privacy, and your future, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have those notifications turned on. We'll be tracking this story and its implications every single step of the way. OpenAI's deployment strategy itself is a testament to this deep-seated caution. The public rollout is being deliberately accompanied by heavy, unmissable user warnings, and an alert system that will be intentionally stringent and perhaps even annoying at first. The explicit plan is to gather massive amounts of data from real-world usage to relentlessly refine these safety systems over time, with the hope of eventually relaxing some restrictions as the agent proves its reliability and robustness. Altman's core recommendation to every single user is to start small and scale slowly. Use the agent for low-risk, low-stakes tasks first. Let it help you brainstorm ideas for a trip or comparison shop for a new gadget, but perhaps without giving it your credit card details initially. Let it organize and summarize information for you, but not from your most private and sensitive documents. This strategy of cautious, gradual scaling directly mirrors previous OpenAI launches, such as the introduction of the Codex coding agent, which also came with a similar suite of access controls designed to limit its potential for misuse. For the business world, the implications are nothing short of staggering. On one hand, fleets of these agents could automate vast swaths of routine corporate operations, freeing up human workers for more creative, strategic, and fulfilling endeavors. On the other hand, integrating such powerful and autonomous tools requires a fundamental, ground-up overhaul of corporate security protocols and data governance policies. As reported by Cryptopolitical, Altman explicitly warned business leaders about bad actors attempting to exploit these very agents for large-scale, automated data extraction from corporate networks, emphasizing once again that vigilant, educated user practices are the first, last, and most critical line of defense. As the ChatGPT agent officially steps onto the world stage, it promises to fundamentally redefine the very nature of human-AI interaction. It holds the potential to unlock new stratospheres of productivity and creativity across nearly every sector of the global economy. However, its launch casts a blindingly bright spotlight on the central, defining tension in modern AI development: the relentless, capitalist-fueled drive for innovation versus the profound humanistic need for ethical responsibility and foresight. OpenAI has publicly committed to studying the agent's impact in the wild, as Altman so aptly phrased it, signaling a long-term, ongoing process of refinement and adaptation. Yet, many experts, ethicists, and government observers are already calling for more robust, proactive regulatory oversight to address the inevitable, unforeseen harms that will undoubtedly emerge. Across social media platforms like X, a community of early adopters is already sharing a torrent of their first experiences. A fascinating mix of incredible successes, amusing glitches, and deeply frustrating errors that serve as a constant reminder of the agent's currently experimental nature. Publications like nextbigfuture.com have praised the agent's elegant, unified model and its impressive tool-using capabilities for complex tasks like shopping and activity planning, while also noting the steep learning curve for users trying to master its command and control. Ultimately, the ChatGPT agent may very well herald a new era of AI agency, a time when we collaborate with intelligent systems as true partners rather than just using them as sophisticated tools. But its long-term success, and more importantly, its safety, will hinge on a collective, global vigilance from developers, users, and regulators alike to consciously harness its immense benefits while diligently and proactively curbing its inherent and still largely unknown risks. As OpenAI continues to lead the charge into this brave new world, the entire planet is watching, because the evolution of this technology is now, for better or for worse, inextricably linked to our